What's up, fans and freaks? I am Dad Hippie, and today I've got another episode of blah 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 for you guys today. Hang on, let me turn off the fan. But I have got a top 10 list for you guys today. I know I haven't done one of these in a long time. I want to get back in and give you guys my sort of top 10 favorite whatever the blah blah blahs. And today, here's something that I enjoy. I enjoy comedy, and I know I don't make very many jokes in these. I'm not really that of a funny guy. But I do. I enjoy comedy, and I watch a lot of comedy. And so I decided I would make a list of my top 10 favorite comedians. And before I wanted to go in, I couldn't decide on who to give first place to. So because I actually have two favorite comedians of all time. So I just gave them both first place, and this is how it's going to go. Alright, let's start this off. And this list has stand-up comics, comedic actors, and stuff like that. So, and if any of you know any of these comedians, or you don't know, I suggest looking them up, watching some of their skits. They're funny as hell. So here we go. Starting off with number 10, Ralphie May. Ralphie May is a really big kind of guy, and he knows it. He makes jokes about it, and he's a kind of a family man. He's kind of raunchy humor, but not too bad. I wouldn't necessarily say he's family-friendly humor, but he's pretty fucking funny. Some of his things were Too Big to Ignore. Really, that's the only one I really remember off the top of my head. Next is Tom Papa. For those of you who don't know, Tom Papa's a stand-up comedian. He's kind of a dry humor act, so if you like testicle jokes and fart jokes or immature humor, you're not going to get much of a laugh out of this guy. He's more of the kind of comedy of like Frasier, the show Frasier. If you can watch Frasier and laugh, then you'll like Tom Papa. He's that kind of humor. Some would say he's educated humor, but I wouldn't necessarily use the words educated humor. But he's a very dry humor, and for most of his jokes, it's the situations in what those things are is what's funny. Next on my list, I have Ron White, and Ron White's the complete opposite of Tom Papa. He's what's considered uneducated humor. He makes jokes like childhood nicknames he had, how much he inhales alcohol, his smoking habits. They're considered immature things, but they're funny, and the stories that Ron White tells are hilarious, like They Call Me Tater Salad, or any of that stuff. I mean, he's a pretty funny guy, and, well, that's it. And on this, next on the list is the first comedic actor I have on here. It's Owen Wilson. For those of you who don't know Owen Wilson, he was in Zoolander along with Ben Stiller, and he's really freaking hilarious. I love Owen Wilson. He's also in, like, Shanghai Nights and Not at the Museum, though I didn't really like his part in that. I'm trying to think of other movies Owen Wilson's been in. But Owen Wilson, I've never found a movie that had Owen Wilson in it that I don't like. So, yeah, Owen Wilson makes number 7. Number 6 is Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker's most notably known for his roles as Carter in Rush Hour 1 through 3. He's also a stand-up comedian. Though, mostly I enjoy him mostly because of Rush Hour 1, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Next on my list is Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is a stand-up comedian, and he later became a comedic actor as well as a comedic voice actor. One of the first movies I saw him in was Coming to America, which was freaking hilarious. Coming to America is messed up, but awesome as all hell. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's amazing. He's got a couple stand-up specials that I watched were Raw and Delirious back in, like, I think in the 80s or something. It was like the late 80s is when he did those, but they were hilarious as all hell. But Eddie Murphy's just all around funny. A lot of the younger generation kids will recognize him as Donkey from Shrek. But usually Eddie Murphy's humor is not like Donkey. He's usually a lot more graphic. Yeah, pretty much that. Coming in number 4 here, I've got Gabriel Iglesias, otherwise known as Fluffy. A lot of people know Fluffy. A lot of people like Fluffy. He's a very funny guy. He talks about his experiences through life, some of the times when he was lesser famous, going to like hotels and stuff for shows. The one time he had a freaking VW Beetle, I think they're called. But I think because movie just came out recently, the Fluffy movie. Let's see, he was also in Magic Mike as the freaking guy thing. Yeah, he's pretty hilarious. I like Gabriel Iglesias. He's funny. He talks about chocolate cake and stuff like that, and how he gets away with sometimes making the cops laugh to get off. Like he went to a donut shop and had donuts, and he got pulled over because he made the wrong turn. So this cop pulled him over, and it's taking forever. So he's about to go down to town on the donuts, and then the cop comes to the car and he's like, "You know why I pulled you over? You could smell it." And just handed him the donuts. Yeah, so that's Gabriel Iglesias. Gabriel Iglesias is hilarious. He's also, again, what someone would call uneducated humor, because he's more humor for humor's sake, and he makes a lot of jokes, and he does it all in a way that's family friendly and stuff. But it's not dry humor. It's like fart jokes and stuff like that. Though I don't think he's only ever made like a couple fart jokes because he's like, I'm a big guy to double the maintenance. That means double the shampoo, double the soap, double the deodorant, double the powder. For those who don't know, powder is stuff you put on your ass so your ass doesn't smell. I could fart right now and this whole area would smell like cinnamon. That's the kind of jokes he tells. Number 3 on my list is Craig Ferguson. For those of you who don't know who Craig Ferguson is, he's a Scottish comedian. He lives in America. He's lived in America for a long ass time. At one point, he had a late night show where he would have guests on, and he'd talk and shit and make jokes. But I like Craig Ferguson. He's extremely adult humor. Like it's extreme adult humor because he cusses a lot. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. He's funny as hell. It's amazingly hilarious to watch him just stand there. On a couple of his stages, he'll be telling a joke and someone was just laughing annoyingly loud, and he'll just stop and stare at the direction the person was laughing in. That's the kind of stuff. Okay, moving on. Number 2 is Christopher Titus. For those who don't know who Christopher Titus is, he's an American-born comedian, and he's freaking hilarious. In one of his stories, The Voice in My Head or something like that, he talks about the first time he met Bruce Springsteen and the guys from U2 and stuff like that, and because he got a call from Bruce and Patty Springsteen, and then he got a call while he was on the road, and he like almost swerved off and stuff. It's hilarious, and he talks about the inner retards and shit like that, which inner retards is actually a term I've used a lot in my channel, where the smartest person in the world can have a mini moment where they can be like, yeah, I'm just like you. I put my pants on one armhole at a time. That kind of shit. And the inner retard is that voice that everyone has. That you're sitting there like, I look good, I look sexy. Yeah, you better go get a whole lot of lotion. That thing. That's the inner retard. And he got a lot of shit for saying the word retard in his show. And so he had to explain to people what he meant by the word retard. He's like, I never once looked at anyone with a disability or Downs or an extra arm growing out of their head because one of the chromosomes forgot to tell the DNA strand it was going on vacation. That's just different. And he says that, but if you're perfectly normal, you got everything working right for you, and you end up living under a bridge addicted to crystal meth, you're fucking retarded. And that's pretty much the same sentiment I've always had on the word. I've never looked at anyone with a disability or any form of disorder as retarded, because then I'd have to look at myself and consider myself retarded, which I'm not. I'm an extremely intelligent individual who's just socially stunted because of my disorder. And so, he just explains this and all that other crap. Okay, and before I go to my number 1 choice, I did have a couple people written down that didn't quite make it on the list, so I want to tell you all them. They are in no particular order: Jeff Dunham, Jackie Chan, Chris Rock, and Mike Myers. And while I find all of these people incredibly funny in whatever they do, they just didn't quite make it on the list. They just weren't, to me, they weren't just not quite different enough to make it on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. They just didn't make it on for one reason or another. I didn't want to move any around anyone. I didn't want to do too many two-person tie spots and yada yada. But, so here I am, my number 1, 2. The 2 I have for number 1, and you're going to recognize these names, are Robin Williams and George Carlin. For all those of you who don't know, Robin Williams is a comedian, a stand-up comedian, who is also a comedic actor. But he's also done like dramatic acting roles, like in, I can't remember the name of that movie, but he played a psychotic killer in one of his movies, and it was quite terrifying. But like in Jumanji, he does have quite a lot of range for an actor. But a lot of people remember him from like Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff like that. I mean, and those are good movies, and he's a great actor. And now, well, he was a great actor. Unfortunately, because reasons happened, he's not with us anymore. And George Carlin, for those of you who don't know, he's a stand-up comedian. And some of his best-known works were like how he shortened the 10 Commandments to 2, and how he shortened the 7 words you can't say on the air to like, he added some and took some away. He's kind of an extreme adult humor. He cusses a lot. And he's kind of the borderline between immature and dry humor. He's right in the middle, and because he'll do both. And that's why he's just an amazing comedian, and regretfully, he's not around anymore. He's not with us. So, and these two were just too good. They were two amazing comedians, and I just couldn't decide between them. And so, I put them both at number 1. I just couldn't decide which one deserved it better, or which one deserved it more than the other. So there you go. There's my top 10 favorite comedians of all time. But this is just my opinion, guys. And I know everyone has their own opinions, so go ahead, and if you have a favorite comedian, let me know who your favorite comedian is down in the comments below. And if you like this, you can go ahead and like the video. If you want to see more, you can go down to my channel and watch this and others all over the place. But I'm going to see you guys later. I'd like to want to stay cool, stay in school, stay away from them drugs, and I am out. Peace.